Hi, everybody. Welcome to video number 2 for Thursday, January the 14th. With this particular section of this video, what I'd like to do is I want to talk to you about the social media attraction that is out there for new employees that are out gainfully looking for work. So I'm looking at pages 330 in the textbook, chapter 10, that communicating for employment, and more specifically, I want to talk to you about LinkedIn and the benefits that that particular platform has for individuals who are out there looking for work. So when we're talking about social media being used to attract and impress potential new employees and employers, some of the things that we need to be conscious of when we're starting to use social media is that we need to create quality, everybody, business-oriented social profiles. The key or buzzword there being quality. We have to keep that in mind, everybody, when we're talking about social media and employers and us as potential employees. There needs to be a level of quality in what we're using social media for. We want to be viewed as a team player because that's one of the components that employers are looking for today in Canada. Research tells us that the two things that employers are very wary of today and want to make sure that they have on their workforce are those that are team players, so they can work within a group, and those that have great communication skills. So you want to emphasize the fact that you are a team player. You want to be engaged, and again, that builds into that whole networking component and that ability to connect with others that we're going to be working on next week. So some of the things that we need to keep in mind. So please, when you're looking at this kind of stuff, quality is what we're looking for in the business world and that use of social media. And the one platform that I am an advocate for and believe in is LinkedIn. Okay, so that's at the sort of top of page 331. So with LinkedIn, everybody, it was a platform that was created in 2002. So it's been around now for almost, let's do the math here, everybody, 2012, almost 20 years. Okay, so it's been around for a while. What is LinkedIn? It's that first social media site that allows users, so ourselves, to create, manage, and share our professional identities online. Okay, so been around for a little bit, allows us to create, again, manage, and share our professional identities online. And it also helps businesses find potential employees. Okay, so how do they do that? It's all about making those connections online. So I encourage you and would like you to go in and create a LinkedIn profile for yourself prior to class on Tuesday, January the 19th, and add me as a connection to your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so what is LinkedIn? I encourage you to go in and take a look at it. And one of the things, or some of the things, I should say, that we need you to be aware of when you create that LinkedIn profile, you need to include a photo. Okay, so make sure it's a professional looking photo. Okay, not one that's taken in your bedroom and not wearing a sweatshirt and a ball cap. Okay, it's got to have that level of professionalism. So we need you to include a photo and some preliminary information. Okay, we also need you to complete the intro section of that public profile. Okay, so this includes your name, location, a link to your contact information, a headline. Okay, so LinkedIn will automatically fill in the headline with your current job, etc. So go in there, start playing with LinkedIn, and create this intro section as well. Because you have LinkedIn, what you need to do is create connections, right? And this is sort of that networking, but it's kind of an online tool for that. So I need you to go in, search for people that you know, like myself, okay, on LinkedIn, and invite them to join your network. Okay, so we're creating networking online. And I want you to make as many of these first degree connections as possible in order to build that strong network, everybody. Okay, so you're going to go in linkedin.com. You're going to create that profile with a professional looking photo. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be gone and taken by a professional. Mine was just taken here in the college, but it needs to have that level of professionalism to it. Pardon me. Complete that intro section, etc., and make some connections. Next, I want you to, with LinkedIn, provide details of your experience and your education. So under education, you can certainly say the high school that you graduated from, and any post-secondary education that you may have completed or are enrolled in. So if Medicine at College is your first stop on that post-secondary journey, then you can put Medicine at College business administration diploma program student. You can certainly put the date in that you started and your anticipated completion time. Okay. But showing that level of experience and education is really critical, because it allows employers to look at it and say, oh gosh, yeah, Bob's got exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to make that connection with Bob, because it's all about making connections, everybody. Okay. Then you want to go through, and I'm now on page 332, and you want to go in and fill in the rest of those components with LinkedIn that you're required to do. So provide a thorough about summary, following the steps that's going to enable your profile to rank higher in search results. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with LinkedIn, everybody, please go in, create that profile, become familiar with what exactly LinkedIn is and what it's all about. Okay, you want to enrich your enrich your profile with visual content. Okay, update your profile to reflect any sort of achievements you've got. So it is something that you need to stay current with and update as much information in there as you can. Okay, they go on in the textbook to talk about Twitter. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter, only in the fact that you can only add so much content into Twitter. So I'm going to really focus on LinkedIn and the possibilities that are out there for us using that social media platform. So by Tuesday of next week, everybody, I want you to go in. I want you to take a look at LinkedIn, create yourself a profile, and add me as a connection in your LinkedIn account or profile. Pardon me, the textbook goes on to start talking about resumes, and I want to save resumes until Tuesday of next week, but I can tell you, you do have an assignment coming up with resumes, and some people today might not have a resume started. Some people might have a more detailed resume. So if you are one that does not have a resume started, and you need to have that done for me coming up very shortly, I encourage you to go into Microsoft Word and open up a new document and take a look at the templates that they offer for resumes and cover letters. Resumes are a very individual project. Okay, my 25 to 28 students in this class are not all going to have the same looking resume. It has to really resonate with you and the image that you are trying to portray. So if you haven't done so already, again, please go in, take a look at the free templates that you can download, and start thinking about what your resume is going to look like. The textbook does go into detail starting on the bottom of page 333. Take a look at it, start reading that as we talk about it next week. I want to make sure that you are all on board with it as to know what a resume is, what is it we're trying to create, what is the image that you are trying to get out there into the work world. Okay, take a look at how employers use resumes today, resume writing styles. Okay, we've got a couple of options that we can follow with resumes, whether we want to make them chronological or we want to make them functional. Okay, but take a look at some of the key components that you have to include in your resume. Okay, that parts of a standard resume: your name, your contact information, your objective or career profile. Also could be, some people have known it as a summary of qualifications slash profile, your education, your experience, okay, skills, capabilities, etc. If you have had jobs in the past or are currently working, take a note of the start date that you had for that particular job. If you have finished that job, the date that you ended it. Start writing down some of the job duties that you had. This is all going to help us as we move forward, putting together that very first resume number one. And then what's going to happen, everybody, is resume number one is going to come in. I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to hand them back to you. And then you're going to create a resume number two based on some of the critique that I've given you and with a potential job posting. Okay, so these are all things that are coming up. So please take a look in your textbook, starting on page 333, and how to put together or write a resume. Okay, so I'm leaving you with a little bit of homework. So I'm leaving you with that. I'm also leaving you with the LinkedIn profile. I expect all of you to have completed that by Tuesday, and I will be checking my LinkedIn to make sure that I have got connections from you, okay, so that you have initiated that with me. And I've also left you with the Government of Canada career quiz, the 3 quizzes that you have to do, and finding a job that you think you would really be suited for and want after your results come in from that. So a little bit of homework for you for Tuesday, January the 19th. Okay, so I'm leaving you with a few things. I hope you have a great weekend. Get out and enjoy the weather if you can, if the wind would stop. Apparently it's quite windy out here in southeastern Alberta. So stay safe, everybody, and I will see you live on Tuesday, January the 19th, and it's going to be a busy class, so make sure you're prepared as we talk about networking, the results of your quiz, and starting to put together what a potential resume can look like. All right, take care, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.